Before I move on, I want to quick talk about the Brandon Royval Matt Schnell fight, because this was the, for me, probably the coolest finish on the card, aside from maybe the main event, which was of course amazing. Now Royval is a bit of a chaotic fighter. He puts himself on the line quite a lot, and sometimes he gets clipped with big shots. Sometimes it works out quite well for him because his opponent's either chasing or whatever. You think back to the Kai Kara France fight where he was able to catch him after a bit of a chaotic opening. Similar here with Matt Schnell. We expected Matt Schnell's boxing to be sharp, which it was. Very clean punching, landed some nice shots. Royval hits the floor, and then there's a bit of a chaotic scramble. Now, the way that this choke played out was really nice because, of course, Royval is a dangerous individual. Matt Schnell is also, someone I've always enjoyed watching throughout his career. I still feel like he's going to discover better parts of his game as he moves on. But this was let's have a quick look at it. So, where are we? So this is the point where Schnell is just about to scramble back to his feet. Let me see if I can turn the brightness up on that. Okay. He's just scrambling back to his feet. Now, what you'll see him do is he rocks up. He kicks and rocks up. And he's sitting to hook around this leg here. So what he's trying to do at this point, and you'll see something similar to with Justin Gaethje in the main event, he's wrestling up onto a single leg because most of the time when you're getting up, you've got two options. You either move away from your opponent or you move into them. And now, he didn't have many options moving away because the fence is there. So moving away would have ultimately meant moving up, which would have, at that point, left him vulnerable to counter shots or to another level change. So even though Schnell most likely wanted to get this one back on the feet, it made sense for him to try and wrestle up out of this position. So he goes for the single leg, but unfortunately he goes arm over one side and head on the other. So immediately Royval's takedown defense, as you can see, he's created this kind of wedge position with his legs. He's driving his weight through his hips now into that shoulder of Schnell. So this pressure now on this shoulder. At the same time, he's also starting to wrap this arm around. You can see he's starting to feel for that guillotine, something which, of course, he's very comfortable with. Now, as this plays out here, you can see him drop his weight on it. And then he's going to drive up off his left leg. You can see how he's tripoding here. This left leg now becomes a post, and he drives up off that leg and fires his right leg in and across the belt line of Matt Schnell. Nice little adjustment. So he's working off that drive into him. They're coming up at this point because Schnell's still driving forward. So as they drive, he posts on that leg, and it creates just enough space, as you can see, to get that right leg in and across, and then straight away he dips. He drops straight down. Leg goes over the back to control him, to hold him down for a moment, because at this point, Schnell's got his neck wrapped, and he's got the shin across his waistline. Really what he needs to do is he needs to take his left hand and he needs to stuff that knee, which of course is a very difficult thing to do, and he's limited for space because of the cage. But if he's able to do that, it would create another scramble, and he would probably be able to fight for his neck a little bit. Now, there was an adjustment here, and this is the reason why I really like this submission finish. Because what you'll notice from this position is that this is an arm-in guillotine. So he's around the head with the right arm, but he's over and into the armpit on the other side, which is not, it's of course a very finishable guillotine, especially for certain individuals who've got a really good arm-in guillotine. It's very, very difficult to do. Especially in MMA where people are strong and conditioned and sweaty, you're better to get a real bite around the neck. Or, as Jack Hermansson does with his Joker team, he gets the arm. So this arm here would actually be on the other side, which kind of locks him in a little bit. Anyway, so watch this adjustment here. So you can see the foot here. So that's the leg of Brandon Royval, and then he's also locking him down with the other one. So you can see there's a control posture here, but he releases it for a moment. So what he's going to do, he's going to take this left leg and he's going to bring it down. He's going to post it on the floor again here. There it is. Now the reason why he's doing this is because this arm-in guillotine is not tight enough. You can see right now that Matt Schnell's got both of his hands on the floor, one here and one here, but he's still got an arm inside this guillotine. There's still space in there where he can use that strength to drive that space open, which is why, of course, a no-arm guillotine is always preferable for the attacker. So watch what he does here. So he takes his foot off, he plants it on the floor, and he pushes to drive himself deeper. And as you see this motion here, you're going to see in this little pocket here, his hand pop up through. He goes deep, and there's his hand. You can see it there. Let me just move the circle. So now his hands pop through. So what that's telling you is now that the neck, either side of the neck, is on the bicep and forearm. So he's gone really deep. So this hand is now across his stomach here. He's obviously got a lot more weight on the back of the head of Matt Schnell. But for a moment, he releases the grip. This is just controlling. He's just holding on to him here, just so he doesn't posture up and lose this, while he's getting a better bite on the neck. And then he's going to release this. He's going to throw the leg over for control. He's going to release the hand around the arm. And as he does, you can see Matt Schnell's actually tapping already before he goes to this, and he just goes. He's got the hand here, and he's pushing up. It's almost like it's not quite. He's pushing this way, but this is a very popular guillotine position to finish because it closes this space here where the neck is. So that additional little drive that he's got there is putting an extra kind of scissor, like pincher motion on the neck of Matt Schnell. But it was deep enough. The thing I like about this is it was deep enough to get him tapping before his hands were together. We talk about Brian Ortega having a real good squeeze, but this is very good. It's good mechanics as well, because as he dips to the side and drives his arm even deeper through, you can see there as his fingers come through here. You can see how much deeper that guillotine is. But then as he moves back, as he circles his hips back and throws his left leg back over to control the back, it also pulls Matt Schnell down. So he's driving down into the back of this hand now. So it's almost like he's locking it in with his opponent's weight. And he squeezes. No hands together at this point, because you can see his fingertips here and you can see his other hand there. And then he releases the hand, and he's going under the underside of his little finger and driving in. And what you'll see from this angle is this is the point where he lets go. The tapping hand of Matt Schnell is already moving, ready to tap before he's connected these two together. That's how tight of a squeeze it is. But you can also see much better there the angle around the neck of Matt Schnell and why that was so tight. Tapping with both hands. Really nice finish that was.